It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live on SABC3. You've made the right choice. You've chosen to wake up on the right side of bed by choosing to wake up on the feel-good side of bed. Now, 2019 was a remarkable year for South African excellence. I mean, most notably becoming the current title holders of World Rugby. We know that. And, of course, Miss Universe as well. And we, with all of that, are still a nation grappling with its sense of identity. And as we move forward from our troubled past, we've got people like KZN-based psychologist Dr Thobile Sifunda's first book coming out. It's titled, I Refuse to Be Called Black, Unapologetically African. It will have all South Africans confronting and redefining their identity. So a huge, warm Expresso welcome, of course, to Dr Thobile Sifunda. Good morning, Dr Sifunda.
Good morning.
again.
Yes, good morning again.
So,
and thank you so much for having me. I said to Tabi, so it's my first on national TV.
yeah.
So I'm really excited about it.
Well, you have the face for TV,
TV,
so you already have
oh
got
my
that
goodness.
tick. You look
Am I
amazing.
employed already?
You are. You're securing the bag for
lovely,
2020.
lovely. Thank you so
But
much.
take us through the book, because it's quite, it could be quite contradictory. I don't know, people could be like coming for you. Take us through it. When you said you're going to write this book, what were you aiming for? What were you hoping for?
Okay, I know that some people have said provocative. I say informative.
Yeah.
It's been a journey for me. You know, the Black identity is basically a construction. You know, it was constructed, engineered for a purpose. And of course, you don't want to wear an identity that has all these negative connotations, because that's how it was made up to be. Now, for some years, we've carried it, you know, and I think it's time we dumped it. And said, let's go and find who we are, embrace it, and actually say, it's actually good to be African, you know? And I think we've just come out of a beautiful moment where Uzozbini became Miss Universe.
Yes.
You know, with that authentic African look. And she was saying, look, I'm not going to change the way I look like, because I don't want to please anyone. This is who I am, and this is how I present myself to the world. And I think that actually adds value to that African identity, the value that was taken away from that identity. So seeing her and also seeing about Sean Majosi,
yes,
you know, I think, you know, a lot of them are coming up to say, listen, enough is enough. You know, they may not have said it straight to say they're refusing to be called black, but in a way, I think they are finding, you know, their true identity as they go along.
So they're owning their identity, and as a result, we're also sort of starting to take a step in the right direction. But Dr. Sifunda, you know, your book dissects topics that are in the public as well as political domain, and this is all through your own lens. Why have you decided that this should be the stance for your first book?
Look, I think, Tabi, so I'm South African, and of course I'm labeled black. And there's many people out there, you know, including yourselves, of course, you know, that would say to me, look, because when I did my PhD, I was actually collecting data in schools with very young people, you know, that had just come out of, you know, primary into secondary school. And, of course, the stories they were sharing with me really made me concerned, very, very concerned, because, you know, you find that they still are learning history that is very Eurocentric. The curriculum is very Eurocentric. And, of course, if you're depriving them of knowing their African history, the contribution, you know, people of African descent have made to world civilization, then, of course, you are really doing a disservice to them. And you also have young people saying they believe that people that are considered beautiful are people not necessarily of their color. I mean, you know, the yellow bone, you know, that whole idea that somebody that's light-skinned, lighter, fairer, long hair, straight hair is more beautiful than somebody that is darker and has coarse hair like I do. So, you know, those are the things that they were sharing with me, and I felt, you know, if young people at secondary school and those going into tertiary education are still going through what we went through, I think it's time that we step up and say, listen, it is not happening. So can we, you know, go back, talk about it, frankly, and also not just talk about the negativity, and also talk about what we would love to aspire and see happen in terms of identity development. Because for me, it is important for us to transcend the black and white, binary, because it keeps us apart. And for us to then go to our center, Yobuntu, and become that. Because being African actually means you are Umuntu.
Yes.
That's who we are. So what happens is we don't even want to go to the pre-colonial years.
Yeah.
We just want to, look at our history as defined by other people, defined by apartheid, and defined by the colonial era. We want to go pre-colonial and say, who were we before colonization?
This is fantastic. I really love this. And we could spend all morning going through all of this. I think it is a jam-packed book and so much to take out of it for everyone. I think everyone has an opportunity when reading this book to take something out of it. But of course, if you want to get a copy of Dr. Thobile Sifunda's book, you can also retrieve this by sending her an email, thobile.sifunda000@gmail.com. So thobile.sifunda000@gmail.com to place your order. And of course, there you can also get more information about all the retailers and the outlets you can get this book. It is fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Thobile.
Thank you.